right, so now that panel has been removed, panel's down there, and that's been cleaned out on the inside, and I'll tell you, this is one of the cleanest battery boxes I've seen. Wow, I'm just impressed. No known history of repaint on this, but history of rewiring of sorts. This appears to be a ground, even though it's red, which bothers me, so I may replace that. But anyway, great shape. Teresa's outside polishing up Bluey's exterior mirrors. She's adding the, I think it's Mother's Back to Black or McGuire's, yeah. And so you can see what they did look like. They're just so faded. So she's giving it a drink of Goody Blackness and gonna let it soak in and then probably do it again. And she's gonna do the front bumper, and Bluey hasn't even had a wash yet. So eventually she'll get washed. But right now we're focusing on battery management, and we're gonna continue. All right, so next, now that we've got all that cleaned up, Teresa's still working on mirrors out there. She's very obsessed with this, but good reason to be. Okay, solar charge controller, DC to DC battery charger that split charges the starting battery versus the house battery, which is going to go there. And when I told her I was going to drill into her side panel back here, that was met with frowny faces. And so we're going to try this super industrial strength Velcro to hold it up, which was her idea and is actually a great idea. So we're going to try that and see if that'll hold it up. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. Move it out of the way so I can mount this first.
Well, I wanted to show you the measurements.
I don't want to. This is the most important thing for right there. I don't need to see where that is.
You're going to space it properly by the other thing.
No, I do not, because it's going as far as it can to the edge. If that suddenly doesn't fit, it doesn't matter.
Heavy duty Velcro for sure.
It's sticking to me. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, awesome. Now we have plenty of room for this too. Okay, I'm gonna cut some Velcro for this.
A little bit. Great. Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice job, Daddy.
Cool.
The wire can come down and the wire can come above. And I just want you to put that one as far over as you can.
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is nothing, right? Did the wires go into this?
No, they do not.
They do not. Okay, so this can be tucked right here, and that can be tucked right there.
Holy cow! The cover on this Velcro is so strong.
It's perfect. That's how strong the glue is.
I forget what weight it holds.
A ton. Your mama bought the heaviest weight it was.
If there's Gorilla Velcro, this is it.
Yeah.
I literally am having trouble getting the backing off of it. Holy cow. Then it sticks to your fingers and you can't get fingers off.
You don't have fingernails either. Makes it hard.
That's true.
So we're going to put that over as far as we can with these things.
Okay.
Come towards me, come towards me.
Baby, I can't go up against it. The wires have to come out that side, so that's about as good as it's going to get. Is that okay?
Now you just know you wire this first before you put that on.
Yep.
And here's the beautiful thing. if it turns out that doesn't have to be upside down, well, it doesn't matter because you can flip it.
Well, true, but the only
Because it's
reason
on Velcro.
the only reason it's upside down for your viewing audience is this is the input and that's the output. And yes, it ends up being upside down, but the input comes from over here, and this is the output, the leisure battery. So, okay.
Nice job, baby.
Yep. Okay.
Way to go, honey.
All right. So the other great thing about this Velcro is putting the battery in and out because it Velcros right off. Okay. Next, I'm going to empty this cabinet out and start looking at the placement inside here. Okay. All right. So this is the lithium-ion battery charger that will plug into shore power and charge the lithium-ion battery while we're on shore power. But I'm not going to use these alligator clips. So I'm going to cut that off and then attach these terminal clips to it. Anyway, let me just do it and I'll show you. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Save those for later. Waste not, want not. This is the hydraulic press, where that's a, what is that, 12. These should be 12s as well. Let's see, what's the gauge wire? 12, excellent. So let me strip these, gotta get the stripper. Shouldn't be an issue for this stripper, but let's see. Yep, no problem. Okay. Aha, stuck in there. There we go. Next, I need some. Got to be able to splice these and cover them up so we don't have an issue. So a little heat shrink tubing. Red for red. Same size black. Should be a little bit larger. Black. Nope, gonna go larger. They'll shrink down. That's what they're made to do. Red and black. Red. Hopefully that shrinks down enough. God, that's huge. Those are giant. These smaller. I'm just trying to look and see what sizes I have. But you know what? Actually, I can use another one of these. Ooh, hold on. I don't really care because I know which is positive and which is negative, because they are red and black already, so I'll just use blue. That'll be fine. So, terminal. Turn it on. Yep. Guess I have to turn it off to make it work. Hard to do with confess. Ah, came off. I've already crimped it, so go get another one of those. That is a shame. All right, let's do a little better this time. That is now held in place. This is a smarter way to do it. Okay, insert up to the base. Come on, you. Don't fight me. I swear this is easier to do when I'm not on camera. Okay, that's one of them done. That came off. That is horrid. Okay, I'm gonna fix this. I don't know why that happened. That is not good. So, give me a minute. All right, it just required my undivided attention. So, those are the next two. I need to melt these on. So, we'll do it the old-fashioned way, lighter. Heat gun doesn't produce any carbon, which is nice. You don't get it black all over, you know, but you can melt these just the same. There we go. There we go. Both of them melted on. So that's, this is now ready to go in the wall. And I'll get that mounted. All right, so this is the cabinet next to the fridge. I'm so close, sorry. How do you zoom out? All right, so cabinet next to the fridge. Shore power is already wired underneath here. There's an outlet connected to shore power. So when you plug in Bluey, automatically the fridge gets power and it can run three ways. It's a three-way fridge. In case you don't know, it runs off propane gas or propane gas, shore power, or battery power. So it's designed when you plug in on shore power to automatically kick in using that outlet right there. I'm going to wire in the lithium charger, which is just a wall charger, like a trickle charger, although it's 20 amp trickle charger, it's high output. Wire it to the plug in the wall back in here, and then it's going to go directly into the battery box where the cables already are. And so when you plug it in, it automatically starts. So yeah, easy with that one. That's a super easy fix. That's what pays to watch a lot of other people who've done this before you and made the mistakes and made the good decisions. And so they were very, very helpful. So I appreciate you.
Here we go.
Get that in there. It's got to wedge in there because the other guy put it in this exact same seat.
So we know it goes. I wonder if he struggled. Do you think he had to take the seat off?
Well, you can remove the seat, but it doesn't remove this base. And he's got this exact same base.
And it's right, the base doesn't come off. Okay, well then it's got to be there.
I wonder if I have to swivel the base. That's
the difference.
Yep, okay.
Base swiveling.
Give me a minute.
Steering column, then base swiveling.
Yeah, because I gotta come back with this. Touch first.
It moves very easily for those of you watching. That's exactly what he did, babe.
Mm-hmm. He did.
You opened up the cavity. I remember now. It's a very smooth transition. Nothing about this transition is, you know, old, creaky, worn out.
All right, I'm gonna read his page. Let me have my phone.
All right. What you doing, honey?
Got to remove the seat base to install the battery. The battery fits up underneath here to hold it in place. It's a perfect size, but it's not a perfect size to just drop in. It's not a drop-in battery. So I noticed the other batteries the same way. So it's not surprising to me. I just wasn't familiar. So spent a minute on YouTube, probably less than that, probably 40 seconds, and you know, companies like Go Westy produce their videos and show you how to do these things, which is so nice.
Thank you, Go Westy.
Yeah, and of course, you know, they're selling product, but that doesn't matter. They're still helping their customers, like us. So,
And we will be loyal.
have been already. We have Go Westy bucks, which you get for.
Oh, look at that pretty blue one.
Yep. All right, come out, you. Oh yeah, you have to rotate it. Whoops, there we go. So that is removing the seat base. And now we can get right in and drop the battery in, which is yay. Okay, we're gonna clean this up too while we're in here. All right, that's done. I think we can drop the battery in. Oh, let's see here. I'm so glad this is metal that has a battery. Okay, let's see.
Oh, that's genius.
And it doesn't move. That's the brilliant thing about it too, is it is in such a good position here. So, see? You're set. Now, that having been done, we can reinstall the seat. Okay.
That's the swivel mechanism right there.
Mm-hmm.
There it goes.
Yep.
You just had to hold your mouth right.
Always.
You're gonna check the carpet. Pull that carpet up before you screw that down.
Check what carpet? This one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't want it to get pinched in there where you wouldn't be able to access the battery.
Thank you.
Welcome. I'm good for something.
You help a ton. Thank you very much. Gotta hold your mouth right as it needs to.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently. Yep, that's the back. Didn't really get this in backwards. This one doesn't like me. Well, it's got Loctite on it already, so. Never go in a circle when you're tightening bolts. Always go in some kind of star pattern alternate so that you don't tighten one side down, then a corner in this side won't tighten down. So you try and tighten opposite bolts when you can.
I did not know that.
Yep, same idea when you're doing lugs in a car when you're putting a new tire on or changing a flat. Never ever just go in a circle. Come on, you.
Honey, I like how you were able to move that DC converter right there. Take it off.
What are we talking about?
That had been Velcroed that you just put on today. Just pop it out of the way.
Yes, because my wife said to put it on with Velcro, so it just popped right off.
Wasn't that convenient?
It was. You
Once
knew
again, I'm good for something.
that. Good for lots of things. All right, and might as well finish this with the seat out of the way because it is so much easier right now. So, ta-da! Thank you.
For those of you who might be wondering, why are John and Teresa going to all this trouble to add this extra battery to the car and solar power, etc., etc.? It's because all the best camping is where no one else is. And to do that, you have to have backup power. And quite honestly, we are small enough that we can go just about anywhere.
Different than the terminals I've been crimping on like this, the stud terminals. This is a terminal pin that you crimp with this star crimper, which is kind of cool. And so it crimps so you can insert a pin in something and lock it down. So yeah, that's kind of nice.
For the solar power.
Solar charge controller, because it takes pins. So,
Cool.
yeah.
No, what you doing, honey?
I'm adding a fuse now to the junction between the charge controller and the battery. 40 amp fuse, 30 amp charge controller, add 25%. So we're going with a 40 amp. So I'm gonna crimp on ends and hopefully have a good, that is just a little bit small there, it looks like.
And hopefully what?
And hopefully have a good relay. Ready to go.
All right, good work getting done here.
We're trying. What you doing, Teresa?
Hey, fixing the Velcro up here.
What's it hold on?
The screen.
Both a screen and a nighttime net, right?
And
So
a night net. So,
awesome. So you can have ventilation and no bugs, or sleep.
or ventilation and shade.
That's awesome.
I guess it clips like that.
I would think they both go on it. No, both go on it.
Yeah, they can both go underneath like
Yeah,
this.
there you go. Yeah.
No, I think this is so that you get air.
Ah, okay, that
So
makes
you
sense.
still have air
Sure, yeah.
circulation.
Awesome.
Anyway,
Look at that.
there it is. Fixed.
Nice. Put that roof down before you leave, because if I pull this in, it's going to rip the roof off.
You're gonna forget. Huh?
Yeah, I'm not going to see it. Good job. One more thing done. Louie's getting a lot of a makeover today, and we've just installed the 40 amp fuse all here with everything that's going to get connected to the battery eventually, to the solar charge controller. Now I'm going to wire up from the DC to DC to the battery. So that's coming up. All right, and so now we've got the DC charger wire with a 25 amp fuse in line, because it's a small fuse, so that works. It slides right under the carpet here, and makes it to the positive side under there. I got to do the negative up, but I had this red wire that somebody had installed with the battery, because it had, you know, the weird little very short life AGM battery in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook it back up using a terminal spade that I'll crimp on. I'm not even sure what it goes to yet, and that I'll have to trace, but I don't want to lose it either, so I'm not going to disconnect it. I will figure it out. All right, part also of the installation of the solar charge controller. Even though there's a screen here, there needs to be a better way to read this. So we have an MT50 charge controller display, which I'm going to mount. It comes with a cord, like a Cat 5 cord that plugs in the bottom there. I don't know if you can see that or not. But anyway, and I'll probably run it down that channel right there to the back. It can just slide in right behind all that stuff. So I think I'm going to run that cable now too. And I'll be dadgum if the ends aren't different. This end actually goes into the controller. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say anything except don't plug into computer. So I should have checked. This end is too tall to allow this to mount to the wall. So once this is together, sorry for the sunlight, it sticks out. So you can't mount it to the wall. So that means I've got to rerun this. So not a big deal. So not my van, and the question always comes where to mount things. So my suggestion is going to be there, running the cable just underneath that little metal grate, which I can pop up, mount it there, which will be above this table, or under here where I've got it now. It's at an angle. I don't particularly care for that spot, but it's on my van. So I'm not gonna mount that just yet. It's just kind of hanging out. This is the rest of the mounting hardware and the instruction book, which I'll leave for another moment. But I can check function in just a second when I start hooking the remainder of things up here. So I think I'm going to test the battery here in a minute. I mean, there's a lot left to do. I don't even have the solar panels, of course. And I don't have the 2-gauge wire to run from the starter battery to the leisure battery, which is probably going to go down and under the van and back up. That's the way most people do it. And 2-gauge wire is huge wire, and it's kind of, does that anyway. It's used to hanging out under vans and in engine compartments and stuff. So yeah, we'll see about that. The sun's starting to set. It's hot. I'm tired. It's a mess in here. I think I'm going to go ahead and hook those things up to the battery, check a few things, put the seat back, and then park it, and we can finish up, this kind of stuff later. So yeah, let me test it out. And just like that, it came to life, which was pretty neat. Oh, let's see. Yep. So no charge coming in, no charge going out, nothing's running. So that's awesome. Showing 0 amps, which is perfect. Yeah, I'm pleased. So, let's go see if the control box is working. I do see it working. It is, and green light. So yay. Now, well, I'll do it in a second. I'm going to plug in the power down here. Well, let's do it on camera. Why not be exciting if I explode? That'll make for interesting footage, right? So, all right, so under here, excuse me while I figure this out. Okay, so that's the bottom outlet I need to plug into. I wonder if I can move that one. Okay, so I need to get into. Wait a minute. Where's my plug? Is it up there? Dadgummit. I'm missing a plug. I've got to figure this out. Okay, so it's a single pole outlet in there. I'll replace it with a double. That's easy. That's in. I need to clean up my mess. But right now, I'm going to check Bluetooth and make sure it's showing the same thing as the other. And then, yeah, I mean, everything's working. So this is good. Nothing's on fire. This is good too. So I'm going to clean up my mess now. And grease the seat tracks, put the seat back, move it inside, yada, 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 all that kind of stuff. So Maybe a minute left, more to go. Considering the principles of work smarter, not harder, I give you the 3-prong grounded plug, which I can plug into a single pole plug and then plug both those things in. So, one-handed opening. All right, we're gonna try this. Come along on a journey with me. A picture, if you will. Oh, you can't see me, can you? Nope. Sorry about that. I'm trying to orient everything correctly. Sorry. And let's see if this. Oh, this isn't going to turn on immediately. I'll have to plug it into the garage. So, but it's plugged in. So, and nothing's on fire. So that's good. We didn't ground anything out. When I pull it in the garage, I'll plug it in and we'll see what happens, just for fun. Okay, and so it's the final step. I have plugged Bluey in to shore power. It is charging. There is no smoke, no smell, no nothing. I will be changing out some wiring so that the battery doesn't run down the radio. I will run the radio off of the battery for the, what am I trying to say? Leisure battery, of course. I'll run it off the leisure battery by switching out a plug underneath. That'll be another day. I'll also, that'll change it so you can run lights in here. I'll also add the, once I get the 2-gauge wiring in, set up the fuse blocks so that I can run LEDs on the inside at night, and LEDs on the awning at night, or on the outside at night with or without the awning. What else? Probably a few other things. There's going to be, eventually I'll add a propane heater. I want to add air conditioning, a 12-volt air conditioning unit to this, just to cool things down during the summer because it does get blazing hot. And a couple other niceties. It'd be nice to be able to run maybe some additional USBs and a couple other 12-volt outlets, things like that. But I don't want to run an inverter because honestly, the inverters that run off of, I'll run these style outlets, but people in the old days, us old folks call cigarette lighters, but they're 12-volt DC. Instead of converting DC to AC, I'll just leave it as DC power. So I get pure, all of the power instead of some of the conversion power losing it. And just use a small inverter. Walmart has them for like $30. You can, run your laptop or whatever you wanted to, an air popper for popcorn. I don't know, but whatever, So yeah, and eventually I gotta get the rear view camera hooked up. I got a lot left to do. So anyway, I'll throw some pictures of the voltage before and after I plugged it in. Because it's got Bluetooth. The battery is Bluetooth and shows you it's charging and its capacity and how it's doing. It says it should be fully charged in 3 hours. It's at about 39% or something, I think was what I saw right now, 30%. So yeah, we'll check how it's doing in an hour and make sure we didn't burn the house down. So wish us luck and, hey, good day.